Yo abusia yehu ewiase afene nyina se obibini sebe na adwen esa ama yaye news ewa before platform so ama obibini age atum so no de na adwen esa fitise miswa amani free ebesi nne me hu se obibini bia take obroni bia on for saying certain things about the black race because aye fala aye easy omo ya de omo pe bia tie bibini obi enteki obi a on he na ode ko wumpo ye hwan ya ena me pese ye de ya dwene kofom ne ye susu bibi hu ne ye hwe se aso obibini na adwen swa e wo nipa mu ana because wo kwa na wo Jewish custom ni mu a omo de animal mpo etu animu e de chen obibini ye so ye gentile, that's your name. Abusia me pese nda ye nto ye boase na ye hwe ade bi boko se wo ye bibini a na se wo tie message we wie na se wo ho anye wo bibi ade a ene na se ye pe ba bi ni ye de wo fa ehini ye betumi de wafa. Africans are the only people who openly joke about how foolish our race is. So bi di ye satemi a enkoye hunamu enkoye ni paduam emfeye ho Bibini ejimi sa as some say it ebinu muka ayi baby o se obi kuro mu ye fe ye de ejimi enko a ye ka jimi enko a kire bibini a emfa jimi hu emfa bibini hu. From all social contexts we have spoken down on our intelligence and our ability to function at the best level using our brain. This is where they have placed us. This is how we've been described. Na obia can way easily and nobody takes anybody on because before the bibiye timi si omoso obiye timi ye de omope nti ye jimi ampa na we ye question obibini wajimi ampa na adenti na so obitumi ka kire before say before ejimi e de important no mugina so at what point, at what angle and omutumi susu ehu se bibini wajimi se obibini eye unintelligent how eno na mpesa ne yehwehwem. Are we the most unintelligent humans on earth? Said the omode ya to from bibiemu obibini da form yesi obibini enim nyansa eye nokre ana. Let's talk about the agenda to label us stupid people. Omoka asem we ya esese ye ma yeyam ehye brutal pa because enhye ye nyonyam enhye race no enyonyam enunti bibia se nipa ediosia ehia na omobe ma obi aye de wo forma no matter the education level and everything no obibini etwa to wo hwe books ni nyina mu mpo aye din mpo ebi nim sasem we na me pese ye ka because ekwa kwaye te se che se ye lebo wo de ye lebo wa untumi nya ho hwe sa na te ana ene ye kwesiada ene so ye da foforo ne ye kwa akoka the low IQ agenda minim se mefa for the black race no emfa nkwa ho de a minim na o hwe time with Maame Grace. Jo abusia me mankrankra bia akwaba enenso so eyekwesi de biom nti unuaba me ne wo eba badwundwe ye man ye kuro ye ma ye dache ene ye generation a ewo ye nim ene ne ye beba ankwala ya wo omo ne ye nya nwo omo nyina no omo dache ho ene ye guso a ye adwunidwuni eniama bi adi atia ye na ama ya kansinsemu se ye bibifuoi se eniama no ho na me ne wo adwen da bia enenso so me mwakwa aba biom on this platform. I'm the prettiest preacher. Call me Maame Grace. Me unuaba fefe. Me hu akono se enchenam. Obi na kan papa bi mi say, "Hey, me ni pa me. Still me hu akono se enchenam. Me mankrankra bia akwaba na me jimi di e wo me kra mu, me honhom mu ene me nipadua mu se ankrankra bia tiase ahoodene mu ntachirema e da ankrankra bia bodwemu ena moja e di ankrankra bia mu afuru esane na se bonimpo ena abeto wa mesra hoden abrechechire ene abotoyemu na wo de a confront bibia e confront wo na ama wo atowoyem me man krankra bia akwaba e de ba time with Maame Grace jumedie so and your topic ni the low IQ agenda eno na ye be discuss and before I say baby a wo be ko bia wo ti bibini ho asem aso ye jimi ampa se de omo ka no aso ya dwen wo form ampa aso ye the less e wo species ni nyina mu ana adenti na obi betimi aka sa asem edien na nipa no egina so enti otumi ka sa asem wei e de kire nipa e da sani ana titiri ene obibini ewiase ene abode nyina mu fapem ye bibini no omo anaye enum ena omo hu ye sebe yadwen enya adwuma yadwen ni swa ye nhyeda nim nyansa asem kakraka sei etimi ka de kire wo a na esese wodwune hu yie na wo take a critical look at asema nipa ne ka na wo hwede enti nipa ne ka na se bibi wo ese wo ya watimi aye e de aboa wo ho. Some of us know that Africans are not stupid. Never. We are not. Neither are we the weakest race. Never. Like it does not even exist. So being doing in this manner, not to think of obe propagate. Ama ebinumu asom ama yenya yenuenum binumupo asom enhu se before ye nkrofo a omoda fom eye ba ne sen ene ba ne sa weni asam pase ye to ye bu ne ye bubum ne ye titim kakrankra ai asam ni nyina be wiewie eto ho ne obetumi di asan ho yare no eno ewo eto ho meto aso. But whenever it comes to justifying why we treat each other and how we even govern ourselves, it gives other races confidence in labeling us as unintelligent people. Eno na ya na ehime no. The way ayankasa ye ho. Ene the way ayankasa ye niama. Yesu ene ye ban bi no mo. Eno na ema obia sebe omben yempo. Sebio ankasa ye nyamba asase supo a anka ontumi mpie mfiri baabi empie mfi embe ye nipa. Etumi ache ye ni maka kire yen se adentia eye Yesu ni ye ban. Me na me ka kire wo misi obroni mimi ni obroni ni asam emomo bibini na mente nase. Obroni de mini ni asam. What do these other races get in labeling us as fools and unintelligent? How? Ediebe no mu gina so a omutumi kasa asem we se wunima na wa tro comment section ho. Why? How? Obi besti who there who how? Say obi betimi gina baby atwe black race, black nation, the Akebulans, the origin of all mankind. People with strength in crofom nipeduampo e breathe oxygen. Show mo nim say omo ye unintelligent. Just say omo de omo esu eni faso bia. Why? E de be na ema omo that energy, that guts. E de na ema omo tumi kasa asem we e de fa bibini ho. Me say sometimes ya obi share na mo kasampo anamo ho ye mawereko kire say you don't even understand the vibe. Mo hu so obroni atwitwa obibini 3 weeks in 3 so that somehow we do these things to show them say yeah we can do everything they are doing, they can't do what we are doing. How many black people say omo tani omo etumi atani omo 3 we no akrokire da we can turn ourselves like the way they look like every level be. When we talk African, people feel say who watch atade come na who African say who ya. No. Until patcha says amre ne say dia na yete no kayem progress. That's not the case. Recently, I saw a video of one Obroni saying that Africa must be colonized again because the people are not capable of taking care of themselves. Ada met says Obroni no me see me follow no every corner. Omo abin wo social media no so no mama omo assignments omo follow sa papa no. Se papa no boni hu musuo no obega na ha. Mo ba ontena baby otena no nkasa. obonu hu muso na obaga na da obedu na me ma report me hu police station cause ye the camera be see so no ya bono for even having that mind and having the ability to voice it out. Obiya taking it on. Mo amote borofo. Court no ye mfetwi nko ho. Ya de borofo na ekọ nti nka mo na mo taking it on. Obetumi akoka sa asemu a kire obroni na wagya awusa. Debi. What is scaring us? Aden yama yet say bibia eyesa black nation can go through anything and it is okay. Adentia because ye capable of taking care of ourselves intino they should come adenti necessary papa we otumi kasa because nyo broni na chiro bibini how to have sex and your broni na chiro bibini how to make babies and your broni na chiro bibini how to take care of family and your broni no chiro bibini she universe nankasa and ye grow fimu and ye su and ye ban it is a universe no e de na ama ya turn against the universe no yakọ wayward enti sankrofo we etimitena ba bi omote na omo kasa de omo betumi aye ye ntumi nye nti eso omo ba no omo be colonize ye sa asem we na nka se omo te brofo no omo taking this guy on ba waka ye taking on ya anya ne hwe bongo ideas ne ya che na tum we baby aye woni nie ye guso ye kasako baby ebedru. Most Africans, when they travel abroad and see the development of other countries, also start to believe these things. They are yake katre ye nina say ye tukwani ye kohu the way a ehoye omudi mraso no mu ye senya na yaje atum say ye nim nyansa. Yaje atum say ye poor. Ye mobo. Obibiniti aha asase we say so. All the gold, all the minerals, are there blue gold so diamond krebi was asase we mu otiso or train so beko heaven akonanti wo gold so the onam mu wa ha no eno enye papa otu asay asase no the asase na ema wo a wo so no wo ye rich wo twe mineral wo dua wo mu ye rich a ema wo ndua ba papa no wo tu bibia wa asase ni mu asay no na we are complaining about poverty. A poor land will give you poor crops. This is common sense, simple mathematics. To all the diamonds, to all the galamsey, I mean, saying swanning na say bibia na we are waging now say Ghana a poor country. Say nese misro nyamya come say tender fire you. Baby obejina because Africans are poor biano. Tender can strike a war. But me enlighten so, and I believe in time for everybody. Until I won't even say that. Inti edie be na man krofo we enya sa ahodin we e ka sansem ni yenso ye kohonom a yaje atum se de omo ka fa ye ho no eye pepepe obi be wie university wo Ghana on serve wo restaurant da onye cleaner da because of university graduate or per office atna as air conditioners in so the same people will go out there and clean gutters and it is okay when who the krofo we aye adwen who the crofo way aye be honest wherever you are watching me from but be a wo abrotira wo hwe me bia ka nokre senya bibifo anka crofo way on betumi aye de be mpa tell me even be see and there hono ma ye yo matse mbra ne bibia senya bibifo na be ye adwuma wo hono ma hwan mu omo can they work. They decided to align themselves with the universe. Why it make you out of the universe? You decided to go against it. And then are we unintelligent race as black nation? What can we do about this? Therefore, when one Obroni says this thing, instead of us bashing him or standing against that, we go silent. Asaba peke nyina. Na me person ka me krochire ensema enkrofo aka fa bibifo ho bebre na ka me boni din anamaka me boni din anamaka me boni din anamaka but at the end of the day no we are not trying to be bitter and we are not trying to put salt in our old wound but we are looking for solutions. Enti na me hwe din na me de to ho eniama nkrofo we akeka fa ye ho ye silence ye nka hwe obi ye de ope ye ntumi nya ne hwe e de be na abubu ye nsa e de be na edi ye nya No African country has issued a warning or statement. Never. Brofuna mutini na any mukotu ni de keke kahuni na no nothing. If a black man should say this about any Abrofu nation, they will release statements with bans and sanctions. Now, say some musumu to know when we more internet no more electricity. Ya mutu asa. We are silent because deep down we have bought the idea that we are the weakest race and unintelligent. Just say to me bibia about your situation. Na dia ni bi wo hompa wo complain ya na wo nua bisa kasa na wo kan no akanken kan na wo kenkan no camera na wo use no enye obroni no ye na say enye obroni no ye obroni na ye nti wo so den na ye if that is the case ya dwene no akọ chese omwatwia fa ya dwene ne so akodu level bi a so omukra tenchen no ombe fight wa wo nua bibini ebeba be fight wo e wasam a wo kan no because of bitterness, ne enviness, ne greediness, jealousy. Inti ye man crofofia abontin. Say ye mu chicha say said your Bible can and say how divided against itself shall not stand. Say ye mu chicha say ni yetintan ye ho a eno no hokwo bi abetumi abewuram no watene baako against ni nua. This is our condition. Ye na ya bon wo wi ase ana omuka bibi omupe kire yen. We are silent because deep down ya giatum say we are unintelligent race. How? Metuaso. We are discussing the low IQ agenda. I don't hear discussing the way no more akagu yasuma message say one no step mother te ho. No ka kire wo de bia say wo ho bon. Ana no maame te ho. Ono papa te ho de bi o ka cho se wo ho bon a obetumi ehia benye sika wo de perfume wo wiase nyina begu ho ade ne tena wadwen mu se ya ka kire se wo ho bon sa ade we bi ana ekwan we bi na abrofo e de ye afaso ana se ye sa ade ne ye beye se nye sanso a position na omo de ye ato from head to foot omo de ye akọ the lowest level e de be ne ye betimi aye Assembly e ba me office me were huye obi a wo ote ha na wakọ one of these Arab countries ibi na wakọ ye maid servant apparently ye nuanum ni bi omo ye agent no omo the girls ne kwa na omo akoton omo enti sa wo pese wo free wo ho a se wo nso ntumi ne wadanfo bi communicate na wo dada ne se adwuma wo ho na wadanfo ne mbra nti wadanfo ne ba na wo de na replace wo ho na wo kọ mebisa me ho se nti Ghana kura nti mbra be ne yetumi sha e protect ye ho even in our country na go beyond the borders to protect a Ghanaian or a black nation mbra ben ye nyankasa ye mbumbra ena de awahye mbra no so hu ba bi ode to ene ya dane ye ho mmoa obeba betwam na wabesen na okọ obibini besen obibini si migina ho ede be mpa na ekọ yen this eno na mepese ye to ye bu ni ye kom ni ye hwe e ya mpa se ye wo ye unintelligent race ana it's never possible. We tell our kids at home that they should marry Obroni because Obroni is intelligent and rich. Meboa obi frame me ye Maame Grace de nyame asema me o me ba na wo me nso ya wo broni ni bi wo me fie me nso ya wo broni ni bi ama me. I was like, is this an achievement? This is the level. Na ya ka kire osese wo kwa asori na wo hia broni asan wachi ni wo hia nyankopon obibini adwene nie. We are the only race of people who believe what our enemies tell us and also go ahead to tell ourselves that same thing. Obibini Jimmy. Obi awabe kum onana be aye wayakayaka de. You feel onu no obekire wo heaven. Wakire wo forgiveness. Na waje atum. Does this make sense? Wonya ni hwimpo wabetua wo kaya ya. No nim forgiveness onim nyame. Fancy way. I want us to get into some secrets. So we bibini a wona wo be kasa when what to tell wo ba no. Na areku bi etimi hye mekra so of late that when people are saying yenko back no mo feel say Wo call some nananom some, that is how they say it, nana benya. When you want to talk about Africa, don't start from 5,000 years ago. I'm telling you this with every confidence. Don't. Because our history, and started from 5,000 years ago. Don't forget, the gods, the deities, they enslaved us first when we were in the darker era. The deities and the gods, you people call it nananomosum, whatever, they enslaved us. Our ancestors were never killing and doing any rituals, and they were not worshipping any deities. I say this with every confidence. Don't write or don't talk about our history. Men started from 500,000 years ago. No. That time, now we've been going. Sure, it is these deities and these gods no more enslaving and abrofono and learning the way they are handling us and no more picking from her and almost be enslaving. Inti Bibini abrabo and starting free 500,000 years ago. Our beginning is not from the Kemet. So if we really want to go back, and go back properly, we can only go back through projection and other stuff. We cannot go back through any history or be a tradiato. Because all the histories, all the research, where we are looking for all these informations from who put these histories together? Is it not the same enemies? Your ancestor, no to me suom na neba or nama brochire okokumasi o to me show na wayera. We can progress on that and get back and download our real history. Obroni who Bibini say we Jimmy, because when they talk spirituality, near the small problems in it, I have buying near booster a way of life. Our spirituality, and yet John things, and yes, science, alchemy, name them, astronauts. Our ancestors were not villagers to practice spirituality with killing of animals and their keke. When you feel that is what we should go back to, that is not our origin. I'm telling you this. You need to go back, and make more research, or one kasafa wuhuma. So you are able to download a niyama, because I know that nobody can pollute it. This is our condition. Obibini we Jimmy ana. Let's look at some secrets. The first key I will give you is that melanin people and abrofo are totally different people or species. I have said this. And I don't want to mention some things about more school, no, more medical fields, no, there are a lot of things that we be in your mumu. There are a lot of things that we be in your mumu. Say you say ye pie obibini or bad trimu, ni ye yine pineal gland at the atoho, ni ya pie obroni so or bad trimu, ni ye your pineal gland ni the atuo pema. Ne dia no dia obibini dia ni ye 4 times 2 times obroni dia. We are never the same race. We are never the same species. We are never the same people. What has happened is what I'm yet to figure out. So men jina bebia mobi nkantra say obroni is superior over you. No. Now I say you are unintelligent. We have gone through a lot of series of pain. Nyamina and slavery. So what catch and back? I want you to think wild. Because these ghosts and omutumi etimi abolish the entire family. Because omatomra. Be seen ne ye webusuye bi wo ho no ma wo ayedin. Obi akodi obi irechi ne ekun no is because of these dark deities. So when you are shouting, let's go back to our ancestors. Let's go back to ancestors. Muma ancestors back ben where? The only thing we can do for ourselves is to proceed. Ni yanko for we ntwe de we anim. Wo kwa wachi akoye den. Enyini kura ye enyini nkwa ye ti enyini kwa ye nim. Wo bibini pe and na wadwen about this level. I will force a wo baby a wabegina no. Wo ancestors ne blood na every through you no. Wontoa omo adwuma omo ye so nkwa wanim. Rather you want to go back. These things, when I say them, I get emotional. And all sort of packaging is going on, and people are running at this era of our age. Now we now and all these things. So you can be used for anything. Metwaso. We are not the same people. I want us to understand we are not the same species. The moment you understand this, you will immediately stop telling yourself that you are an unintelligent race. Everything we are today is a result of over 5,000 years of non-stop slavery. Therefore, if you see you are doing a recall of the African culture in the past 1,000 years, you will not find a true reflection of the Akebulan people. You will only see slave culture. We've been under slavery for 5,000 years. Kemet is never our beginnings. So when you start saying like Kemet and the Kemet, and it's okay, we are all trying to find out, but I want us to go further. Because nye beginnings and a Kemet. So when you start talking about and 5,000 years ago and 1,000 years ago and years ago, you are still talking about slavery. Because that time no na nipa still under slavery na nyame no de yahemfo ni binu matoto nkoayem oyini we bekwa koku nipa no watwitwa omuti no de ne nan yasisi so they were empowering us to fight against ourselves. So when you start talking about African history, you need to go beyond 5,000 years that you are talking about classic Kemet, because that is not where our beginnings start from. To answer the questions that makes us think we are the weakest in the brain on earth, let's ask a few questions and answer them. So Bibini to me, we had a guest on Revelations platform called Mr. Freeman who said, we are saying Obronidia. Na osio Bibini dia so on to me nya shema ne ho. That is the level. And people were also saying that, oh, that is true. Oh, that is true. There are things when I hear, na se me fam into ma edi bom yam na me hye me ho so. Eto de bia wa hu say argument na ekoso Revelation platform no ebi wa show no 1 hour. Obi wa ni show ye di 2 hours, 3 hours and ye di betwa because of full said the okay bia men bisa the question po. This is the level. Ni obeye ye no, ni odi beja ye no, ye nya yaje atum ni ye kutam ni ye ko ni ntokwama no, e na osi echire na ohwe ye ntse Nigeria movie e na osere. That is how these abrofu see us. Because ye nya nkasa yaje ye mfom so atum. Moma ye go through a few questions. Na yemfa answer yenya ye ho ne yetwe say ye the lowest species a omo ka me yemu seme, and the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Some no matter to be what Bible mo, but I don't want to go there. Almost say Jacob or chiche ni niamana mane mano and odin shira ni nyina Rebecca Isaac start if o matro to sa niama we o mo de aye ibio almost say Isaac and Rebecca omo chiche nshira no Rebecca eye niama and na nshira no kodi opani ni ho ubetumi di aba Joseph now di aba Manasseh and Ephraim. They are telling you something you don't want to understand. They wrote this Bible for you and they are telling you e de be mpa na esoye ye ntia ono de ye ji ni nshira o ka kire wo Bibini. Okache wo Bibini said reason, and the Bible has stated it clearly. Almost say Rebecca ne man wo omo no na ba ko ye black na ba ko ye white and na inshira ni kodi. I mean, they are telling you a lot of things so, but yenyan kasa ye yadwin say oh sruni mi fie ye esam osako achi hifa o be wi aso di antaban ba e na when antaban ni bi etu akọ back to esro ho lawu. Start thinking. I want us to start thinking. Yamani bo mi hu a na me kuma na me yam enye ntokwa wo egenimdie we na yenya ye di be lose ye ho. Afa busuam me bisa ye ho questions we num. Africans are stronger and smarter. Why were they enslaved and conquered? Because this you cannot argue it anywhere. Say Africans or blacks are not the smartest, they are not the strongest. They are not the most powerful people. They are the smartest species, the most important species on earth. You cannot bargain this anywhere. That is who we are as black nation. But bisa who say e ba ne sen and with all these qualities no san for feeble people omutumi conquer yen. Where your question says you bisa ye ho mama bisa na mama will answer. Wo so betumi the answer na call because we are doing this together. Baby aya bedru no say ya united ni ye nunu niama ni together na ya agree on niama ba ko ho a e be ye din. There's a man who said he wants to be a president. Na me say, or beba show ni so na me na kasa. Na me say, okay, mami mbisa. Mimi mbisa di obi ebisa wo. Oba me wura wadwi ni mu straight na me bisa wo de wo wadwi ni. Nti say, why ready say obe answer there. The platform is open. Ni bisa ne say ye nyankasa. Say ye say ye de ye ho afiri abrofo no say ni ye breaki all barriers ni aka ye hu nyina aboma. Na so omo say ye one king. No ndi yeso ana yen use one language impo yen fanye na ye national language ebe ye adwuma ye be bro ye ho awie ye ho. We don't understand why we should all put ourselves together, no being taking the lead. So we will all push the person. So we get to another level for another person to come. So no ye car, obia ye gate, obia ye ties. Said your ye car need the banner di nidia to soa. Wunyina mo kan na mo ye. Obia person no she go. Obia person ni din daso. Obia pe fame. Minim baby a fame no mo de ko. Fame enje nkwa. Nti I don't know. Metwa so. Mibisa question na mama answer. The question I asked is that Africans are stronger and smarter. Why were they enslaved and conquered? How? What happened? This is my answer. You can also give your opinion in the comment section. The fall of the Akebulan race was not physical. Africans were not conquered by Abrofo. I want us to understand this. Medical culture, what the deities and these gods put Africans through before this Abrofo came. They paved a way, and because they are miserable and they decided to learn, they understood or they picked the stance of the deities and almost be far so and almost be far. We've been in a darker era before. When Abrofo came, the black man was already on his knees after battling with celestial beings who wanted this planet. She so what say wo kosum way and na wo kosum way now we yes I want you to think as a black nation. We've been abosom ne akeka ka ho obi osofo anakramoni be ka cho so wo ye busumsum ni wo ye kafiri wo ye boka obeka we natural onim so no so ye the same thing. Nobody is different. These celestial beings no more started slavery with us as black people. And Abrofo way esua ade no mo pavey way and no mo to ade omo sua ye no so. Just as I told you about Dogon people last week on Spiritual Hour, how they pick science, astrology, aeroplanes, name them, every innovation, every event omo pick it from the Dogon people. No man for credit no amfa ma omo no. The same thing and esi wa hey Abrofo yi omo be hye yeso na omo abeye nsa na ahonhom na nyame no ebaaye e na omo be hye yeso nti ekwan na omo yito wo no na Abrofo no said omo pa adesua ade bi omo ye research abesi nne yeti ayeye na classic chemist na classic chemist obi anfa camera anfa bibifo ndi nachi enko ho nkotwa ada Abrofo ya na still omo tu ye grave ye wo hwe obubu statues na wo ho ni nose besi nde obibini te ho ntumi nya hwe ade ehi obibini ye sika ka na ye dan owusu asa niam miensen onfa nko obekwa akoto wo na wa asase na se. So keep preaching and I yanko ya nana no yanko obekwa akoto no obebisa so frɛ wo sɛ kɔ ne sum ni mu ana na sɛ dia obeyi ano no kyerɛ wo comment section ho. This is our problem, limited. We want comfort life. We always want to be in our comfort zone. We are not pressing forward. Like Paul said, I press towards the mark of the high calling. Or see, he will not give up. Africans, have you given up? This is just a question. Until before these white people came, no, not celestial beings, no, our pressing, slavery, we were already on our knees. They had broken our back already before these people came. Until say, "Wo shout to say yanku yechia, me pesa wo dwin ye na hwe wachi ku awoko." This secret is not told. The artifacts to tell all these are in European museums. Here, wona na timi fa gold no waye ade ne de ato besi nne obibini mpo enim se sanko fa symbol no symbols na wo ho no enu na ruli wiase nyina obibini nim se edinkra hene enu na eye watch na ebo ne nsa no obibini nim obroni bekwa akogina red carpet so nya ka cho se man 360 no kana edinkra hene obibini si onim electricity name them all the events came out of edinkra symbols ye de aye curtains ni ye de asese ye de aye tablecloth so ye exhibiting your gullibility everywhere so they are able to look in our faces and tell us say we are unintelligent beings. This is the level. Udi etese obekasa wanhwa obekasa sa wakoma beti na wo yese na wuti kura da so no we receive text bi sa me ka kira mo sa no na kis ayi no na me wo 5 episodes na maye 3 na hangi ho. I was going to talk about sa me ka kira say omu museum na omu si ye no na omu de eno na omu di clone nipa na me catch us no mo the gold e no mo de ye na ba ku bi amaye na was going to reveal baby a gold no mo to free ha ni nyina akọ any agenda any de omo pese omo de ye but obi a minim et send message bi we are gathering all the threats no message ni de heavy no we will make a show out of this na when we say ayeye wa ha no enye chicken change ye supreme being ankasa any all the energies omo ye dia yenya ya nananom no omo nti omo je eto anom omo ne ye wo connection dada wo nana awu no okono oni wo mojamu connection oni wo furumemu say your papa oni wo mojamu connection. Don't forget say DNA is from your father. Nti say wo pesa wo go back to wo nananom a woni ni wo mojamu connection dada say your maame a woni ni wo umbilical cord no mu connection woni ni wo breast milk no mu connection wo man ona na hia snap e ka bible hu ba ye no na o they are connected through to you because if you speak against the bible speak against the snap too because it's the same chip that brought all of this together. It is a kasa say yankopo libation yankopo na yenjai we I'm looking at you and I'm asking you this. How do you know say your ancestor or grandmother now we na we no mojemu apam umbilical cord ni mu apam any nufuo nsuo ni mu apam na omo ne wo no eye lighter it cannot connect you and but eye ensamum na be connect wo ni ono. I mean let's think about this. How does this make sense? How does this make sense? I'm answering the question I asked. You can also put your questions there. So Africans were already on their knee before the white people came. Now entities deities ya mobo mudi na motu akonye na they broken the backbone of Africans dada. So ne ye breaki dada. Ansa na abrofo no ebe nante wo so. This secret is not told. Eno ne artifact no me ka kire mo artifact no momode anhwehwe bi. A time will come, Bibi Bessi. Bibi Bessi, me ye so sure, say Bibi Bessi. A time is coming. Omode artifact, omode draw, say niyama way, they see ye, say the terrestrial beings ni be break you omo, and niyama deities no de show mumu, omode before show hinimu, no wakuni penina, nina, emrebi besia, e beba ye nananom de omu, we mu nina ya artifact guho, oma befa no omudi isunya de. Unana. Dia wewu no o hia wo ho opese wusua de more so you are able to go and banter and bring all those artifacts so you are able to know what they took on ma ye benya intelligence beings omo asua de papa tezi e borofo na de na mo de ye ensam koso na ebinum nya nka bi na ya na ye nkrofo se ye cartel a omo wo pimps nko a omo wo robbery gang so na sa asem no so ba nsam wo ho ebi eye ebinum se ekro ni ye ebinum dia na wo sa wo step on cobra tail venom ni wura wo mu sa na papa no kan o se eja ne hyewa wa wo beba na ye hu ye nya hu hwe de e ba na dos metoa so. Africans did not battle Europeans in their prime. Europe invaded a land that had already been conquered and destroyed by extraterrestrials. Me say, well, say if you feel you can project, I want you to project and go back. Stay 3 days. Me say spirituality no, practice it in a grand style. Me say one day, say me say me bibia me levitating right in front of your eyes. It will shock you, but we don't brag about this. Now we call. Not doctors will home check you BP. The body is useless, but you have a doctor, you have a nurse sitting there. So you are not your silver cord is not able to cut. That is how far people can go to download messages for you. So we are not joking, no. You near break all because they are who and na wudi weba na wudi ojan and na my say na mo koto na ye museni say and yanka kwa sorry. Me na make atro enye say asore ne so any hope for us as Africans, but they would achire no wobobo and angels and na hwan and the fire nkosi ya, they also don't have anything for you as an African. I want you to understand this. So the Europeans didn't come here to come and break us and do. There is more to this. Our history goes beyond the Kemet story. Me too also. Africans' main enemy is not Abrofo. We are some kese amebeka. Obi kate am so pamecha o min susu na ye ameta tu kwan. Na on pese mekwa amin bebie na mse ma bebie wantidi yi. Nipa bebrebe e wo Ghana. Me say God forbid bad things. And ye kwa asori nti ye ka. But me if I should die today, when we teachers notebook no downloads be get 3 na gu ho obi aba betumi abetena ayewe. Before bekan one notebook no, he's able to project maybe 7 days kra. Obe banana no nyina papai. Do you think we are joking? You near very rough. Now can say no obi see Google. You information here na Google. Now even cry school and me call you know, cry your platforms. So do you know things that happen there? Me to also inti ma wasunti ase say your main problems no mo yam say o abolish slave trade na ujai Christosuma na asano. There's more to it. Africans' main enemy is not Abrofo. No Abrofo army can win a war against a black nation in fair standing. I'm telling you, no way. It will never happen. Me, I know what is running through us. I know the blood, the kind of blood that is running through us. No white. No, never. I will be beneath none now, so I'll see on any better. How? It's not even possible. It doesn't even exist. And to me, sit that. Into your bronini, where no Bibini near first standing, no way, or Bibini Jinaho, and no Jinan Hosuna or Bronin and Kwasu Jinaho. Crophobia be breaky dada. They decided to take in Crophone size. No more to me, a DNA. Same army, same weapon, and same technology. It's not possible. The Asantes, a tribe in Ghana, even once defeated the British army. One tribe, Asantes nipe. They were able to do something. So tell me how you feel, say. Not the whole black nation, you know. They were in a fair stand with Abrofono and Komutumidi. So it's never possible. Not this extraterrestrial beings, you know. A breaking and a paving way. They went into by their side. No more all the technology. A tour back a bar. Yen I be quakoda. Nasa ujina ho mo obi a wono obi at the unseen being abe paving way ama no be catch us away your own intelligence is because obedi wuso no you decided to toe the line why amount you decided not to search say you say go back for the knowledge not the libation. Your mother has umbilical cord connection with you or what ne breast milk no connection with you or here petition and son our connecting with you. It's not true. They are sitting right inside of you. I am their voice and I'm telling you nothing but the truth. Your father's side, they don't need a petition. Blood is thicker than water, they say. If blood is thicker than water and you are carrying your father's DNA, the blood running through you, what makes you think say you so? You are connected with your father. I want us to think. The problem no ayekese. Tiabusia, what are we discussing today? The low IQ agenda. eno ne ye discuss hwe uye obibini na ahwe me never admit so be ye better of a being than you. No. A man can't say you're the same. We are not the same. Yeah, na difficult to tell the truth. Anka mema na omoni abrofu na tenano ene mba na omoni abrofu mema na tenano ko beka omu history. Everything from head to foot if it's the same, even the smell if it is the same. No, our trim you cry different. What makes you think we are the same? Now na me person me chro mo say we can be like them, they can never be like us. Tina me share we up to now China omo ye research about our dental formula. Blacks. That's how important. Me to also. African society and race were destroyed by extraterrestrial races who felt the earth was theirs and that once they conquered the first dominant race, they would own the planet. Adwini in any. Me kachira wo last bi say ye nananom no otumi ba abre wasa ne ye fa ne be hata no eno no otumi ko eno no aya mo say obi anya dementia enye yare o eye dimensional ena omo ka onyini saa na we free body ni mu no wo other dimension no otumi releasing crofo a this extraterrestrial beings no e de omo a capture omo ni nyina nti e be ye omo ehi se nipa ben no mutumi tena ha etumi tena ho nti obewu se wo nana no wo si wanya dementia no asem o keka ni nyina ye wo se sebe nadwen no enye dementia, it is rather dimensional. All these twists and turn problem that is killing us a dementia and a dementia no more yare say yare a dimensional. Rather our ancestors were going to be more hokra omuyini sa omu to me yira adebeche no na ohwehwe na hu no ni nyina akwakosise ne krakra ne se saa nkrofo we no mu ni yembedi esie omu no mu ye problem omu so ne yesi ye somom. Can we think further? Can we think deep? Akebulan, after millions of years, was only introduced by the God spirit and the laws who are battling Akebulan people even to this day. Inti nkrofo we no omo form power na ba yo e na me ka medical kan we akiro entities no omu fun omu echi na omu pia omu so omu be wie nkrakra. Ti say yesom any being at all. Mende wuti asemu a me ade we nya we hia de enti abuku bia wo befa a wo kan about gods ni angel ni we no abrofo nkotin ni wowum atwitwema anka anya ye mpa se Asante kingdom no mu defeat one round, just the kingdom Asante spill, not the whole Africa. Anka ye nya owusu ana o se bi mpo wo mu besi nne metoaso. So by the time Akebulan came, Africa was already a disaster. Na nkrofo no saa nyame ende muwu ama omo saa deities ya mo prese mo ko back yi omo no mo de ye nko se ye ko saa era na wan hwa wo were be ho se ye ko saa era ne saa nyamo no mo be hihye mra na ikum ni pahwie mojagu. How do we go back? Se me tisa sem na me yam himi o, but the way people are vibrating on it. We think our battle is against Akebulan. Never, no. Because when we saw Broni be abetena sorry them so monso mo da do omo de Yesu bae. Obroni is playing on the intelligence of Bibini. Nti obi a capture din na no use. Ayemobo. One can say no president be here can say ayemobo anameboa me refi ni pakro. Why can't we do big technology if we are smarter? Instead of just say sometimes, and now they are exhibiting it on social media. So abrofo show we are no more can play so Bibini Jimmy. O Bibini Jimmy at this era. What the ojanye jina wana wu kunu na wo si o ya magic. At this era you a joker. Until they look at us no hona social media. And them who say we are unintelligent. Me enye nansenye ya me ye lithium after lithium me be ye Anunnakis ya. I tell you, I never knew say abrofo show we no. Me hu na me ho adwiri me say hey, I thought I was doing this for my people. And until I am say transcript no kra na ya ye slow kakala no. The hey omo mu twire etro note no mama mo yere no maybe before no afre ebisa questions instead say yenye be yes smart as we are ye be activated that smartness no ne ya thinking ahead no rather no ye thinking backwards say ye go back uti bi da e de na we wiase enyin ko nachi we hu bi da ka kire me bibie ni ate asefo asase so enyin ko nachi ade na wo pese okwo achi we can only move forward. This question 2 mama question 1 that my remfi this question 2 is important. Even though certain people have tried to showcase black investors, it is still difficult to clean up the misconceptions that only Abrofu do science and technology. They go to space and they have big military technologies. Niama no mo ye space ni ade. Omo nkan say omo nananom capture bi before nti they should also go back and capture bi before. They are not coming back. Why are you going back? How? If you go back and they also turn back, are you saying they should still come and buy us and kill us? They say they come for you free. Omuntu ahwe. It was. Mama answer me see me bisa question na mama answer. Obi be bisa question ni then why can't we do big tech if we are smarter? And no mama answers ni bi no me ma another answer. The most beneficial part of slavery and colonization is the stealing of technology and culture from Africa. Enye nipa ne pe nipa na omode omukọ ni niama omukọ ye ya omusue free nipa ne ho eno ne ade omu awia. So if there is anything we need to learn enye brofo akese na ye hu dia mode ye se enye pimpa na ye robbery gang sa asem no somebody kan aka kire we ba dia mu hu no wo social media mu nya hu hwio dia ba ne so me na me ka kire jimidi bibia wa hyase bia wa wiye ai ti wo de wo na wo ho eden ene wo nya baabi atena bu nipa kwase asa one day. This is why Europe sponsored anthropologists to come to Africa from the 15th century. They are looking not for the human beings. Slavery no stop here because they were able to get machines that will work for them. They are progressing. You want to go back. You want to go back. Enti no nipa dasani. Osi on call hospital. On num way. On ye say. On num medro. Enti unu medro helps no so undidi ye. Oni pay your condemn ya dey say any pay ya so kita laptop. Say any pay ya enso so di pizza ne dey keka. Opeso portray say because ne ho aye na ntoma ne wa chechire na paapo e kire say oya African. It's a spirit oh. African is a spirit in someone. This mechanism is useless. It was so. Every invention in the world was already in Africa. The culture was spiritual hour last week. They took away our technology and knowledge. They are gradually shaping this old knowledge and art and presenting them back to us as new technology and discoveries. Ahana ya na shimi yemuno. Me manko school ni bio. Manko plenty like that. Me call the editor banchin. Anybody and the timidity play mu ni the timidity you ma me be say call France and you BBC no say all kono ya kire ne ma na kire ne French ne kakra kakra aka uchi awro na komota petu ma me say komota petu osi utu no le be ono so waka French ni bi no ebi nie me kakra me di twetwa me ho no eno na misua na de me ya eni say mu be read all these big books and maka all this big English. And you can't do anything with your life. Why you lazy? Na kamu school na mko ni se mi wo bia kamu hu mi wo. Kami ni baby amu be hu me amede Ghana nam. Sisi mpo mi ye me ho ne me de. Abusuya, all these things they pick it from here. My yet the dogons hack na ama last week. I was spiritual hour. Wa wan hwe no. Obetumi akose then you get the full gist. Ewo ho. Bibini pa. Wo ko wo nana ho kra wa dwa wo. Nti enko ho wagu na nanim ase One na no nimshe no or ye artifact trying to tell you say this terrestrial beings in the ba ye kwan omudi ye fa so ni nkrofo ya befa na omudi dis alliance nechi na omudi yenya advantage akọ school e so ye dagati ni o wo ye frafrani o wo ye ayigbeni o wo ye nkrani o wo kasadi kitawo. That is your origin. And the way suya ono ne de aka ho nti who is supposed to have a greater benefit. Ye de aya sorry, ye de aya mosque. And e binum so feel say asori ne mosque ne na yenya group bi on so shout ye nko back. No mo so mo si ho. If you go back, can you afford going back? You have no idea. That going back matter. Say woni ma own. Space travel was discovered after the European discovered the secret Dogon tribes of Africa. They took away their space exploration knowledge and attempted to wipe out the people. These people, they have done us wicked. Papa bin ebeka wo show news wicked or say wicked. Say wicked ni wicked. You know the same thing. Una bro for your kasa. They've done us so much harm. So it's not possible. So they should tell us the truth because we are God. Africans are God. As at what is manipulating us, I don't know. Sometimes when I say these things, I feel like crying because I say a time tetemre na nanka walls no eni obi adan ho obi etimi wuro obi fie kofa bibi na nanim guase e kom de nimpa na obi ehu obi etwe so obi adidi answada na yesu no. If you want to talk about African, go back, go beyond Kemet. We are bigger than Kemet. I'm not saying Kemet is not part of our history, but if it is 5,000 years history, it's still slavery. Because Nyabrofone started to say, Omu e puti under slavery. I want us to understand this. This is why a lot of killing and genocide happened in Africa from the 15th century to the 19th century. We and this man nendemo shouting na homosexualism. When you say these things, it's like you don't love your people. We are we. Na ye ka bibia yankrofo yi asonte sa tetemre dum na omo beye se niama we na ye nipa bi mpokoko ye bia ne ye frɛ no ne ye to nyoma no kwamie nso akwe wo tu fui waso anta we nyu aso ehu kwamie nso akwe wo tu fui waso anta we nyu aso ehu se yankrofo ni bi kwamie nso akwe se obi koye bibia ne ye to ne ndwom ye bu ne be sa ade a wo koye ye tu fu a wante wo kohwede ayew se sie de ye ntu nipa fo because ye de brofo anya bibia ye de classify de justify bibia ye beko so apro enkrofo we pese omo change our way of life, our characteristics as God as we are. They are turning us into something else so they are able to have their way. They always want our land. What they want is beyond the gold. Metwaso. The pharmaceutical industry was discovered after European anthropologists discovered secret herbs in Africa and the Amazons. Spiritual hour last week. You can go and Google the Dogon hack after this episode and watch it and watch it. Take your time and watch it. So have this in mind that Akebulan is a physical worker for unseen rulers and laws of this planet. Omo recruiting crofo. Now baby say on Saturday no more recruiting some of us. They hate us. These terrestrial beings. Now what so wa pampam. Na ye wo say won to me nya so ma wo ho. Na say omo na wo France and why ye bibi. Ohun obibini and ho popo. Ohun obibini ogina ne nan so de na ne ho popo more. Aden. And I ye hu ye ho say ye nothing. Na ndane ye hwehwe we. Da no me ka kire obi. Me say oh masa. So what swap crystals 500 times edigu kom na when close the mark now crack now what they buy ya ube femu akono one kata so na wo time a wo de beko na nso a sa crack ni mu a na ye de wo beko juju ra ho na o ye terrestrial beings no nim our way in and our way out no onim sa portals nti no onim sa crack ni say da wo ho because onipa bia ye be wo no onipa bia ye be wu no obefem no wa be grow tons wo na tons ni na be wo akum eno na say obibini dwen ho obibini dwen crystal audi to nikom ni all sort of things and all sort of things no they are to nikom abusia owuo bet your ton chain ni ma na ton crystal no kra ma owuo bo be wu bi what. Nobody can hold anybody. Until you say your soul is yours. You are the protector of your own life. Ye jai sa niyama we nyina to ye hu ye ho say ye mpese ye be akwa knowledge be ma ye hu ye ho ne ye hu ye se ye ba bi ese ye kata ba bi ese ye bie se be kata so that mark no so na satan ni eso a eno abie peacefully no nipa afemu akọ tetemire na nipa hu chaka sei no wo mpo akono meto aso. So have this in mind oh makachiro obi akwesi broni and back straight is ko be on to me stand how on to me stand one time now the weather crowd will deal with no but na extraterrestrial beings no e di can be pave way abe say niama abe amaye detach from the universe inti san no kra yi na ho ode afi so na nsenya asameka me to aso. The real enemy of the Akebulan people is the unseen beings that you people are worshipping. The haters. Akwesi Broni only came to pick items for them and ensure that the black nation was asleep. Me we also for now yes our voice note now ye yamia. Me like I don't like I pity you. Like unhuya me mobo. Because you know deep down within yourself what that one password na wonimu ho onipa bi o wate asefo bia asase so no oda ne mpaso a na onim no ho nea wo ye obi ahu no oda mpa so your conscience talk to you how ade am ye wo yourself in your bed your conscience talk to you just listen to that one because in your secret that's where you know who you are. It was so Akwesi Broni is empty wa woni omuti bia wonim. The only thing is omo you obedient and na kakra bi owo bi or you contempt with it. They respect the little even garters they've cleaned it and we decided to be bruku to people. They only follow others to brainwash you and all their plans and machinations are theories they learn from you, repackaged and sold back to you. So what you are saying as a black man, you will think twice in any decision you make. We don't like here anymore. We don't like here. Because some of our leaders, no, I don't know the word to use. Because most people don't like me. Now, and I've come to realize of late, and I mean, realize this as a winning nipa. And if you are set to crampa, will be a praise you. I plain sight na obi e ke bi na me ni pet time me do so me say me ye che me enne ka mfa me nkonsan we mu asofo nkonpo be so me wo mo kon ho e de o mo akonsan we mu nti no me nkoka bibi because I mean how bibia ye ntumi nya ma ye ho bibia je so bia be ya ma ye eni ama ye wo nyina mpo ye nim ni use I just nkrofo yi e no mo abaye leaders no mo si wo me say I can't think far. Me who? And that answer is the question is what I have answered for you. So bet to me the answer at the comment section. Now let's look at this. What about IQ? See, I can't answer. Today we are discussing the low IQ agenda. It was so. I saw news on a Ghanaian website saying that Ghana has the lowest IQ in the world. Me said that day I couldn't eat my food. That day, my food it was a mushroom by me and Pa Mendi. Me real who ya papa. Me real who yo sent you nipa ben and the trust idea we and no publish here. It means we are the most unintelligent people on earth, and our people post this on our website. They use social media to deduce the strength and the energy of every nation. So how come your grandmother who didn't go to school, was able to read the tree and Ewe Bible. How? About saying? If you think say it's a ordinary something that is happening, if you think we should handle the physical obroni nipa ojina that we should not look or think beyond that, how is this possible? One na one go school ye then no to me kind tree Bible. Our grandparents could read and write Ghanaian languages without school. E krom ana yete no kwasa wan ko school ahunye obia. Brofo. Wan ko school ahunye obia na omo aka kire yen se omo de ne neye ye nananom they were doing makeup no omo de kanea e shade ni mu no na no omo de to omo ni nto omo de bidie omo tumi de twi form na omo de ato omo ni nto. Makeup was here before these people. Yana nano no omo timi no omo style na efu no omo style omo ye all sort of things teku ane ade omo di niama bode ayi no omo boboso omo bro no omo de ayi all sort of things were happening in Africa. How are you telling me say obroni na oye we obroni na oye we na ebi musu di so na wo che wig na wo che se won se me she wig mpo na kire se me nya Africa na me she mo obroni ehu se me Grace me yi sika 23 nwa finti so it was so. Are you trying to tell me say abende obroni no de bae? Tell me why you feel that your ancestors they didn't know how to read, your ancestors didn't do this. It is you who are born and a one person who be who are there no from afar. So one ancestor no nim read it. And no nim writing and then be and when into me be that and count to me read it that and count to me write it that because don't forget that blood is still running through you. You are the lineage of your ancestors. And it's a no to me read it and count to me read it that. So when you are talking, we'll be better talk well. People who go to school rather can't read or write African language. Wona wa yera. Wona we slave. Oh, and na wa yera wona we slave because won teach you krom kasa kora won you are lost. You are in the darkest. Obi be say osofo obi no frɛ me adana me ye Easter de no. Or see you demon from the darkest pit of hell. Hey, why your voice note about me phone so no no dey o kana ye ni say no ye born abaso o heaven. Omophobia twa wani so kra ma wa beto me wo the darkest pit na ma me brimu me di wo so wo because I was there before you came. Hey, we are funny Africans. Ha, what is eating us up I don't know where. I don't know how. I don't know who will help us from the leadership to They should tell you that the Abrofo system is not an African system. Who? She's eloquent. She's this. She's that. Who be sad and ton oba. Say see obi obeba platform is en ton oba ebusuya oba no beka. Mimi ye aduane ani. Ai. Oba had no ma oba bon ton no. Aduana for mema. E na omo kofa mba omo hwe omo gya omo ebusuafo yin egu omo be hwe omo kama na mba no kwa aware omo be ye adwuma mema no nye hwe mom. Ebi ti kromu a omo nim nton po omo bo in the name of school. We are rather using their system to rate ourselves. But if I'm an Akan and you rate me and a Chinese person with a Chinese language on how to write ABCD in Chinese, and after you say the Chinese are smarter because they can easily read in Chinese, what sense is in this? How do you rate me, Maame Grace? Aduaneni eba aye nananum freedom ayinkuro na omo ba na ejetu ya omo ano. How do you rate me with akwesi broni? How? Me ametumi awo 20 atoa so enye surgery me wu sesi ana makwa afuom na me no aduane wo de me ho tutu broni ho. How? Inti wahu ye rate ye ho ewo omo system ni omo way of life ni bibia and yade atum say yeah unintelligent because we are lost. Gain your consciousness wherever you are. If you are watching me, take this message seriously. Dan kwama wan kai me ensu a obekai me asere. Do you think that Abrofo will even be rated in the IQ table if they should be rated in the Ewe language? Yeti kromu ha ye hu kasa korapo. Untumi hie bibini enka wezon ema untumi nje so da. Mia me nuanum wezon fo yi so omo nka atwi mani ye yie da. Ukwa ewefo omo ne adanfo no omo bo ho sadanfo ni yiya na omo adane ewes. That is who we are. Yensi aye de eni wiye yenka ye humbo. How do you rate obroni? O de fa ne bra ya de ne be ko border no so e wa plawo obeti ewe no. So to meet you on one dimpa ya mention in ewa ono akasa be hu say yes nyame yodo. How do you rate our audience nimdie ho ana audience ekototo broni ho? Ha eba ne say na aba ne say, do you think Abrofo will be rated smart if they should even dance adowa in a test? Almost sounds and vibration po nim inti de bi almost offbeat maka. You cannot even rate them. Say, you see a shaky your breast. They can't stand it. Who are they? Why are we hyping what is not even quarter of who we are? Again, the point is, it is their system. It is their culture. They are different from us. It's like a fish and a bird. Or no, or the nsuom and anomasi duaso. Enti sa wo di anoma akoto nsuom na wo ka kire ne se apata no nimnya sache anoma na wo awubu aten wadwe nya adwuma fa che me sa wo di a fish akoto duaso na anoma etu na wo se fish na ntumi entu nti onye intelligent a wankasa bisa wo ho your condition in. This is what is finishing us. This is what is killing us. This is what is destroying us as a black nation. And you can't talk about this at all. Don't go there. It was so. And you want to judge them in a swimming competition. We are not the same. It doesn't even make sense. This is our condition. We're in a year from parliament to the truck pusher in the market. See a kiosk near the air conditioner boom. The point we have to make to people like Elon Musk and others is that Akebulan people are not the same as Abrofo. Intina Elon Musk only you to kasana spirituality na Elon Musk ka technology na lost maggots. Wala je mi bu le moji. You cannot remove the feathers of a bird in your room and show them to me. To me to two anoma. Now fani bejina menim embebi sam so ya aboa ben. Ana so ya anoma ben. This is our condition. Ye tutu anoma ho na ye de abegina wanim. Say ya anoma ben na we hu ana waka tro say wabon. Na bon na say wabon na atena wotirim. No be a we better than him or her. A cost wo ye physical life yin nyina enkrofo man krofo necessary pressure na wo a proper life no who feel say wa mbobra abrofo no kwan na omode ye mfa so no reduce abayenya yesuban so from terrestrial beings no abrofo no beto aso na yenya ye mumu guns na wo ye ntamu no so and omo so omo to aso entutu aboa tekra ho emfe be bisa me say aboa be enie me hu. Now let's look at this. The X agenda. The quest to paint us as unintelligent is an industry. There are sponsors of the agenda that anyone who invests in helping black people believe they are unintelligent will be paid. Enti ekwan ahodo pii so eno mo fa so eno mo di yen hye a particular kana no obi nso a obeji atum a ode yen be fa sa kwan no so bia no ono so won mfa so a onya me ka we a kire about sexy. You can Google after this and go and watch. I've done that. The church cake, from church to cake to church. And yes, sexy, the goddess who hypnotized people. and eat or feed from their emotions and make those who gather the people for him or her no rich. That is church. It is buying. You can Google and read about it. Don't come and insult me. So if sexy is not a Greek word, I translate ya ebedu English yenya church. Ebedu English yenya church. You can find out yourself. Nobody has any time to waste on anything. Why? Because of a black freedom fighter called Malcolm X. Malcolm X was the epitome and symbol of African super intelligence. He branded himself and showed utmost intellect in the face of Abrofo propaganda and defeated it. Yeniao. Why in the catcher said before Nimadie? Ha! Who told you that? Na Ghana web no more pussy. He said that no me very who brutal. She se wunia ya de na wo mpena sem na wo ne nkampa bibi ye na wo wo ka oyemu hyew ansa waka otwea. Wo me anwen kwa akire o. Me anwen kwa akire pa wate. It was to destroy Malcolm X's legacy and symbol as an icon of black intellectuals. The entertainment industry set up an agenda to change the attention. Bibiye ni wo bibini aya de credit amane da. Say yenya ya anya ya dun say ye raise ye heroes. Forget it. Maame Grace is not your hero, but your enemy, because she's nicer than you, she's better than you. Men how so also one sha and whatever betterment me as a better no so man faso. We should understand this so we are able to get there. Maame Grace has done nothing. Maame Grace is not this. Oh nimshe or no enema or you famous. Inti se onimshi mpa or the waba. Ama wa wusu nimbi bi no bi ehu because anka kurana se obi enimu. Ti Maame Grace ayebi say yetumi gist enia metum ni yehu se obia each an individual of us is special in his or her own way. We are able to project, we are able to proceed, we are able to progress. Sadie way and yentumi nya kra. A movie called The X-Men. I'm sure most of you know it. Obia nkonkoshe. In that movie there was a professor called Professor X. He is Obroni. Everybody can go and watch that movie, The X-Men. Ubia Nkokwe, non-share with the consciousness. His role is to carry hidden information into the brain of the masses, so that if we want to think of Malcolm X, we rather think of Professor X, a smart and intelligent professor. Malcolm X is a real person. Professor X is a movie character. These people have realized that we don't think critical, we don't think deep. At the end of the day, they will package. Even when you are watching a video and the video is longer, whatever comment. Baby, I will bet now when you go to the mall, what do you buy? Bookshops are himpon your malls because yento. Ntino de bia no ma rebrand yenya ya de gban na mo abeton ama ne ekitemu dendendende ti de bia ye wo yechi na wo hye watade a onye obroni dia bibi omo ye bia was picked from here. The reason me you can never push me say me when I wear slate and kaba you obed da form me hye slate and kaba na me boduku adako me twa bi ma wa wo yembe so. I am okay as a black person. Me you good in anything. As a black women, if you know, you know. We are good, we are perfect, we are powerful, we are great in anything we decide to do. No, my professor, the same way, and there is some microphone who Jesus as a black. Money aje. Just say bia ye better no e dia mo bibini ye fa credit my da. This is how they fight any little bit of hope for black nation or black liberation. Chesa die bi obibini be ya obibini akwala behu na be encourage ni say me ancestor bi aye bi da is in my blood. I can do with me akwenche na shame because ye benya omo akọ school aboro so no mo so ama ye hu say ye dey intelligent so won't brofo a wonko parliament won't brofo a wonko ba bi kra na akokasa kra they won't give you attention because of English so you feel less na wo hwehwe brofo aka nti brofo na ebi mu de omo ka adano me say me ma bon say bia bon chen me to aso. In recent times, Elon Musk bought Twitter and renamed it X. Why? Why? Why did he do that? The idea is to open Twitter to all opinions. In recent tweet, Elon Musk retweeted and supported tweet that said that black people have smaller IQ. This is called the X agenda. This man, ya ojina ho ya, nyemo na mudo sika. Ena mudo niame e fa muwu amumfa nko. Na nka mudo susa, onye anybody. Okotwete sa de we bi na wan kasa nkrofo kra tweet atworo wo website no. So what is it again? How? Eba ne sen ye benya low IQ. Can someone explain this to me? How? Enyifa na omo ede na omo gina so. Mo wa brofo ede dey ben consensus and census. And omo gina so. Ah omo de ka say obibini na adwin so ehimio. Ehimi niama ne bi wa me da me ntumi ndaba me ne hwan. Ede masem ne ba awiye no. Me pese obibini bi a o hwe me wherever you are. When you are thinking, think liberation of black nation. Think liberation. Think liberation. Gain your consciousness and see who you are. Know who you are. Understand your system. So you are able to do your calculation and make a greater decision. That will not put your children and your generation down, but rather raise them up to be where they are supposed to be. We and the black people are not doing. Africans are not doing this. Say anybody at all take advantage of them and it is okay. The X agenda is a movement to at all times kill the symbolic understanding of Malcolm X, who showed that a black man has higher IQ and intellect capabilities than akwesi broni bibia. All the X agenda no is to continue. Just say omo wewere yen no bi ba no wadwere yen ato so nti sese ne ye shepiti bi mu a ye pie na ye se ye de ye ho no no omo wiri bi taaso no omo wiri bi taaso no omo wiri bi taaso ba bia ye wo no enye ene den na enye brofo na enye tuo na enye sekan na emome ye fie nyansa ni ye betumi e dia liberty ye man. Say ye nsusu na ya amasa dia na ye nananom abreso no omo danya na omo asini nipa dasani hu na ehia omo no na ye se ye be preni ama bebre ya drive cars ahodo obitumi ko rent car de ye ne dia people will even kill for fridge into what else me to aso inti Bibini is not a fool, never. And if anybody tell you have low IQ, the children watching me, if anybody tells you as a black child that you have low IQ, look straight into the person's eye and tell the person, I don't blame you. I blame your forefathers who repackaged my history and sold it to my mother. My mother was ignorant following Jesus to heaven and he allowed you my time. That is not going to happen. I don't have low IQ. You came out of me. Look straight into the person's eye and tell them, you are not a fool as a black person. Bibini is intelligent and top of the human race league. Stop buying the propaganda that you have a low IQ. Sink this into the ears of your children, your husband, your wife. Let's keep pressing on till we get there. Let's liberate our continent. Let's liberate our generation. Gain your consciousness and know who you are. Don't eat from gutters. Let hunger kill you than eating gutter food that will kill you mercilessly. Let's fight, not with guns, but with our brains. Mackerel.